Hi everybody, it's Kevin Grossman from Glowin saying hi again. This is the second video blog that I have done to date. Hopefully there'll be lots more to come. The thing I wanted to talk about today is we've done what we call 17-second surveys, really quick one question online surveys, completely unscientific for the most part, pretty decent sampling though overall in regards to response. But the first question had to do with what are the most important people skills that organizations are assessing and developing in their managers, employees, and leaders today in their organizations. And the number one answer across the board was emotional intelligence. That's really exciting. It's fairly new to the workplace. The whole concept of emotional intelligence has been around for about 20 years. 10 to 15 really more so in the workplace. Lots of good valid research behind emotional intelligence. So that was the number one answer. The second survey, which we're still kind of collecting, and I'll talk more about that next week in a blog post, the results. But the second one has to do with what are you doing or planning to do, organizations that is, to develop your employees and management for the better, meaning to improve them in regards to the way that they communicate internally, the way that their productivity levels, retaining employees. What are you trying to do to make your workforce a much better engaged workforce? And what was interesting was that the inverse would happen in this survey. The number one answer was actually the dreaded annual performance review, ACK. That was the number one answer because that's what majority of organizations are still doing today in regards to doing any kind of development plan for their employees. What was almost dead last was emotional intelligence assessments. That was actually almost dead last. So the inverse of what was, I think, what people want to do in regards to developing their people skills internally, want to focus on emotional intelligence. My take is that more organizations today have a basic understanding of emotional intelligence, but many firms just either not aware of or not convinced of the validity of using these emotional intelligence assessments in the workplace today. So that's it for now. I'll talk more about the survey that I did next week in a blog post at the Leaders Better Brighter blog for Glowin. And just as a quick FYI, a little plug, we're planning a webinar on emotional intelligence for Thursday, October 28th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which would be 1 p.m. Eastern time. And that's coming up again on October 28th. So until then, be better and brighter, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.